one end. Just to give you a simple background of what has been happening, it has been the Nssf Britam financial literacy breakfast meeting, and literally one of the key things that have been discussed here, among the biggest conversations, is how you make your funds count, or how you make your benefits count. There are a number of challenges that most of the Ugandans have been facing, and one of which is that some of them were actually on pressure, thinking that the midterm benefit is just a periodic situation whereby they need to make that money or to actually access those funds within the shortest time. But according to what we've been having here, we've been having some of the key discussions coming in from Britam and Nssf, and among which they've been trying to help out people to get to understand the difference between saving for investment and saving for retirement, because it's actually one of the biggest challenges for Ugandans, more so people actually working for corporate companies that cannot maintain their lifestyle once they're into their retirement age. And among the key people or the key stakeholders that have been part of these discussions include Ugandans who have been saving with Nssf for the last 10 years or so, and those who are actually eligible to access the midterm benefits. We were actually trying to get in touch with most of the organizers here for an interview. However, it is because of a lot of confidentialities, we have actually been told and informed that it is actually only the Nssf representatives who are supposed to talk to the media, and you can easily see how confidential the meeting has been as well, and how exclusive it has come to you from Smart 24 TV. And remember, still you can access the Nssf midterm. You can be eligible, if you can only be eligible to access these funds if you've served with Nssf for the last 10 years and you're 45 years and above. Unless when you are disabled and you've served for the last 10 years and you're 40 years and above, you can still apply and get it. Not only this year, this is now a law whereby you can still get your funds even next year. So people should not be worried about that coming in your way. But the most important thing about the discussion was making sure that your midterm access funds do count, making sure that you can make good use of your funds if at all you've been saving them, because it is your money, it is your right, and you're eligible to access these funds. And for all of you who are under there, the employees, the employers, it is always right for you to get going. And initially when we were starting up here, some of the key discussions, what the host actually came out to reveal was that most of the people who've been in this meeting, pretty much those that were invited, have been people who represent the 7% of the Ugandans who have saved worth 50 million with Nssf, who have at least 50 million plus of the money. Remember when the midterm access had started, when people started applying for these funds, most of them, or according to the report that was from the Nssf, revealed that most of the Ugandans had 10 to 15 million. It was actually 5 to 10 million on that 20%. However, the ones that we've been having here have at least 50 million plus. So you can imagine the kind of citizens that have been in this particular breakfast meeting. Not saying they are the only ones, but however, these represent the 80% of the Ugandans who have balance with Nssf. So that clearly shows you that these are people who have actually been saving with Nssf. Among the key discussions, we've actually had some of the people who've been saving with Nssf, and some of them have actually saved for the last 20 years, others have saved for the last 15 years, others have actually quit their jobs from where they've been working and have actually started up their own businesses, because they've now realized when it comes to retirement, you always have to think right. And among the key speakers as well, they didn't mention of the fact that this current generation has forgotten the essence of retirement, whereby people are living to impress others by buying cars or buying assets that will not be vital during their retirement. So as a matter of fact, this is something that people need to get to understand, that there is always that life after you're done with your workplace. How are you going to maintain that lifestyle? Bigger questions. And according to reports, still only 5% of the Ugandans who've been working for, let's say, the last 20 years can still maintain that lifestyle during their retirement. So bigger questions is still on the conversations, and on the big theme of the day is making sure that your savings count. And how do you do that? By making sure you take good use of your money and making sure that you get the financial assistance from the financial experts to give you that. Well, according to the conclusion remarks that have been here, is that most of the people who have taken part here will as well have engagements with NSSF, with Britam and other key stakeholders to see that at the end of the day they take good use of that particular money that they've been saving for the last years. And of course, we've been coming to you live from Golf Course Hotel here in Kampala. For all of you that have been catching up here with Smart 24 TV, we are the driving force of business. And I'm Joram Paul Sonko, and have a blessed day, and it's a good afternoon.
Smart 24